Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Okay, so today, let me just stop this sec. Today we're going to do a tutorial for Hammerhead. And if you can just let me know that you can hear me okay, that would be very cool. And because it looks like it's spinning on my screen right there. So let's say hi to Wall, hi Stephen, hello Joe, hi Kenny, and anyone else. Hi Marcus, anyone else who may be watching. Hello and welcome to the sound test room. So this is going to be a full tutorial for Hammerhead. Hammerhead is marvelous. This is the kind of thing you don't want to do with it. It's just dead basic. Thanks Kenny. Awesome. And as long as the volume's okay, we're good to go. So I've been playing around with this, so I deleted it, reinstalled it, so I had a completely fresh thing to play with, and then I made a couple of new presets in my user patches. So the one that you're just listening to, it's just called Basic. Then I made this one called Mad Circus, which is really cool. And then also, I'm using it in standalone mode, but all these presets carry over to the AUV3 version, and then I did this one. So far, we've nothing to go. Hi, Dean. So far, we've nothing to go. Which is also very cool. So the great thing is, let's go from scratch, since this is a tutorial. Hammerhead gives you 3 ways to make sounds or to get sounds in, okay? So you have across the top here these 8 drum channels, basically. And you can move up and down with this. You can see it changing, or you can just tap on it to get to where you want to be. All right. And then you have velocity, pitch, decay, chance, flam, retriggering, and then the start point of the sample, and then channel configuration. And this really is to do with your mutation and your glitch and your chance and stuff like that. So if we go back to our kick, the first thing we can do is we go to sound. We can choose, when it says classic, these are the sounds that were included in the original brilliant Hammerhead that came out 25 years ago. So you have like to hear this stuff, let's just put some 4 in the floors on. Go to sound. So classic, we've got loads and loads of these. Now you'll get some kicks, and then they'll go to snares, and you'll see there's a bunch of these classic sounds that you can use. That's really quite nice. So it's nice because it's got a nice decay on it. So in the classic mode, so if we close our thing and maybe look at decay, you can see highlighted points of where this kick is actually triggering. So you can control the decay with the classic sounds, or the pitch, say. Or we've just done decay, haven't we? Velocity is, as you would expect, quieter or louder. Chance decides if it will play or not. It's a chance that it'll play or it won't play. There you go, didn't play there. Flam it's a bit like well, it gives like a glink, and you'll hear it more if it's full. Retrig is like ratcheting. Very nice. Sample start, it just takes the front end off the sample. Channel configuration is going to be do with chance. We don't need to worry about that for this particular bit. So the second part is use a sample. We'll look at that in a sec. And then drum synth is where you can actually design your own drum sounds for the use in. So we have a pitch here. we can change the waveform. So silent triangle are nice for kicks. Let's go into our mixer a sec and just turn the volume down of that. So you can design your own sound, and you have like a modulator. So let's go with a sine about there, and then we can go FM, blend between the two. We have an envelope for that as well. Then we have a noise. Now, noise would be great for making snares and hats. Then there's a balance between the actual synth part and the noise. So you can make quite a nice snare drum sound if you wanted to. And then we have this resonator. And then we can randomize. Or go back to our classic sounds if you like. And then the next part is user sample. Now this is very cool. It allows you to import a user sample, yes, but you can import actual loops, which make for some really very interesting rhythms. So you're not just, and especially if you know the tempo, of the loop you're importing, this is really great. So first of all, let's go to import. Okay, and I've got some stuff from Daniel here, which is horror stuff. We can go back to, let's go and find something else first. So I'm going to go on to audio share. And I've got loads of stuff from Dean in here, but I've also got some stuff that I made for Patreon loop packs. Now the thing I did with these is the fact is that I'd already named them and also give them the key, so I know the key. So for instance, say like this one, which is called Shift, I know that it's 8 bars long, and I know they're all in I know they're 80 BPM. So if I install this, I'm going to take out the actual triggers. Okay, and I'm going to change the tempo down to 80 BPM. This is just going to play the whole thing until I set a trigger on. So now that's triggering my loop over 1 bar. That's going to go over 2. So now I've set up 2 bars. I'm going to lose this second one until I add some more stuff in. So you need to add stuff in for it to continue to... You could run it over the 4 bars, but you'd need to add stuff in for it to carry on playing. So for instance, let's put in a closed hi-hat, and we'll use a default one for now, or we could go in and change it anytime. But let's just put this in. Let's put this in like this, and let's go to our second pattern and put it in also every alternate step. And now when I play, go back to pattern 1. Now it's not changing to pattern 2 because we're on manual mode, which means I have to select the patterns by hand. But if I was to run this in sequence now, very cool. So now we've got that nice little vibe going on. We could look at the hi-hat sounds. So whichever sound we're highlighted on, we just press sound and see what's going on. We can see that they've used a 909 open hats. Let's do this with maybe Okay, and you might be thinking that's a bit quiet. Well, if we go into our mixer, and then we have distortion and compression. If we go back here, here's our distortion and different types of distortion. Grit's nice. So it's very nice, and you can control the amount by your mixer, which you also have pan left and right, volume up and down, of course. So let's put in another instrument. I'm going to go where the clap instrument would be. I'm going to go to sounds, and I'm going to go to use a sample. I'm going to go to import, and I'm going to look at something in reflective here. Maybe some drums. This is one of these, some kicks. Oh, that's very nice. Now what we can do is, let's copy this pattern and put it onto number 3 as well. So copy pattern, paste. And that will paste our pattern we have onto number 3, and we can do that again. So we'll go copy and then paste. I could have just pasted it again. So yeah, here we go now with the 4 in sequence. And of course it's going to extend our original Shift C sample. And if I go to 3, go to our sample, let's go with our rim shot now, and let's put another sample in now. It's just really cool. So go to sounds, go to use a sample. Actually, what I'm going to do is we can use the audition function as well to hit it before we actually decide we want to use this. So let's go back to let's see. Let's go all the way back, and let's go to Awkward Chords. It's another one of these. I'm just going to have a quick look here. So I'm going to have a look at C minor, see what this is like. So I'm going to load that one in and just audition it first. Awesome stuff. Because we know our original shift sample is in C, so we've got this now. Now here's a cool thing. I'll show you a little bit. Choke mode means that if you've got, it doesn't mean that it will choke. But let me just explain. I'm going to leave choke mode switched off. I'm going to leave duration to 1 shot. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to insert this C minor chord at the beginning of each of these patterns, so we'll get it repeating each time it comes in. So now we can just play our sequence. Okay, so if I'm looking at cutting these samples, that's easy. It will do it itself, like this. If I go into our sounds now, if I put choke on it, it's not going to do nothing. Oh, what it does actually, it chokes it off, but you have to have the choke groups enabled for this to work, if you know what I mean. And it pays attention to what your other choke groups are as well. That's quite nice actually. I'm gonna leave it off though for this. This is gonna speed it up or slow it down. Sometimes it speeds it up. So we've got glitch and mutation, and this again is to do with what's going on here. So like we could go change our step amount. And then I'll just save this one. I'll just call it shift. Shift, I said shift. So there's another quite interesting one built from scratch. Let's do another. So load preset now, go to init. And we go to user, we'll see we've got 4 of these now. So we could go to this Mad Circus thing again. Now, or we could go to our new one. Awesome stuff. So load preset. Let's go to factory and initialize this patch. This time I'm going to do something slightly different. So you can imagine now, if you've got sequences and things like that, the sequences will play as well. If you've got melodic sequences or what have you. So let's try and find one of them. Let's go into this first kick one. Let's go into the sounds, go into user sample. Let's go import. And we'll go all the way back here. Now, what's this? We've got some loops and A minor loop. Now you can import anything up to I think it's 30 seconds. You can import longer ones, it just won't play for more than 30 seconds. So what's this? This is about 12 meg. We'll just put that in and I'll audition it. I know it's in A minor, so okay. So I'm going to use that, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna, it's a new one. So if I just started off with this one, let's see what happens. And again, I know that it's 80 BPM, so we can just drop this down to 80 BPM. So the BPM tempo matches. And let's make it go over 4 bars. Actually, I think it's maybe 8 bars. So let's do this. Let's set up on our last one here. Let's just set up some closed hats. Okay, so we're going to keep this quite chilled. So I'm just going to go back here and add in 4 hats over all of these 8 patterns. Hope you're all well as well and had a good day. So now you should get this really lovely, you know, evolving sequence. If I put it in sequence. Okay, let's go and pick a bass drum for this. Let's go and find something from inside here. Excuse me. Another one of Dean's one shots. Let's look for some kicks maybe. There we go. Now we can make this sound very cool. This kick on its own at the moment isn't really punching through the way I'd like it to. Okay, so let's try with a bit of pitch. Doesn't matter if it varies a little bit neither. And the coolest thing now will be to add something in the mixer, so see, straight away now it's right punching through it. We've got the compression on and the distortion. Maybe change. Okay. Go to clap now. Okay, so let's go and choose a sound for this. So let's go to user sample again. This time let's go and put something more kind of, we'll go and find something from Dropbox from Daniel. So we'll go and find a horror. It should be here under H. So here we go. Horror samples. These are from Daniel, Les Productions Zvon, which is all very, 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 very cool stuff. So, like we've got some speech mail, and we've got music and stuff like that in here as well. Doesn't really matter. We can just pick anything. Pick something that's sort of a fairly decent size. You know, I don't know what's gonna be said here, but you know, let's choose maybe this one, and it'll load it in, and then we can just paste. We can.
Don't get in any trouble. Don't get in any trouble.
Okay, I don't want that one, so we'll go and import another.
You didn't succeed at first. You didn't succeed at first.
It's very cool browsing these samples.
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou? Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
Okay, cool. I'm going to use that. And then wherever you want this to start. So let's maybe start it on pattern 5, and let's just do this. And we won't have it set to do anything else other than play. We'll just see what happens first. Okay, so we can go back to our pattern. We'll play.
Wasn't anybody from down here on the
Okay, right, so that's pretty cool. Let's look at the volume. So I'm gonna stop this, go into manual and just play the pattern.
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
That's a pitch.
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou? Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou? Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou? Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
So
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
that's cool.
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou? 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 Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
Okay, right, so let's just thanks, Rick.
Wasn't anybody from down here on the bayou?
That means we can now maybe go to program 2, add something in. Let's import another sample. Let's just do this. I don't know.
No excitement of any sort.
Brilliant, that'll do it.
No excitement of any sort.
Let's go to rim shot and then add something else in.
No excitement of any sort. No excitement of any sort. Didn't succeed at first. Didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort. No excitement of any sort.
Let's save. This is who knows.
You didn't succeed. You didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort.
Cool beans.
No excitement of any sort.
And then we can add some hats in, more than we've already got actually.
No excitement of any sort. You didn't succeed. You didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort.
Pick it up a little bit, you know.
No excitement of any sort. No excitement of any sort. You didn't succeed. You didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort. No excitement of any sort. No excitement of any sort. You didn't succeed. You didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort.
Let's get a much better snare than that, shall we? Let's go into sounds, go into user sample, go into import. Actually, where am I? Actually, what have I done here? Oh yeah, because I'm on P8, that's fine. So I want a nice snare here. Let's go into, I think I've got some from Dean in here. Reflective drums, snares. Let's see what this is like. So we'll have it go over one bar, but
He didn't succeed. He didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort. No, excitement of any sort.
okay. Sequence mode, start with pattern 1.
No, excitement of any sort. He didn't succeed. He didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort. No, excitement of any sort. No, excitement of any sort. Didn't succeed. Didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort. No, excitement of any sort.
So there you go, there's another one. Let's do another one. They're really easy to do, and you can come up with some really interesting stuff, especially when you start to add shuffle and stuff.
No, excitement of any sort. Didn't succeed. Didn't succeed first. Excitement of any sort.
That's even better. Let's add a bit of mutation and chancing for glitching.
No, excitement of any sort.
Hi Jamie. This is too cool now. It's too cool.
No, excitement of any sort. Didn't succeed. Didn't succeed first. Excitement of any sort.
Oh, have a good rehearsal, Jamie.
No,
oh, this is brilliant. It's just brilliant. Listen to this. Go on, son. Boom.
Excitement of any sort. Didn't succeed. Didn't succeed first. No.
Remember to keep saving. That's brilliant. Yeah, so the mutation and the glitching really makes the hi-hat come alive. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. Brilliant. Right, okay, so let's do another. So I've saved all that. So we've done a few so far. Let's go initial. Let's do something this time. It's completely kind of non-rhythmical, but very strange to end with, sort of thing. So for first off, we'll look at our kick. We would want to be looking at anything that's strange. So I want to really be concentrating on. I want to keep finding. Where's this horror? There we go. Horror samples. And most of you now know who Les Productions Zvon, but there is a link in the description. All these are in the public domain, completely free to use in your commercial projects and stuff like that. So really great stuff. So we're going to start with music, right? Horror music. So there's loads of, you can see there's tons of this stuff. And we look at this size of the look, maybe strange music with footsteps. We've got a chord. Well, let's put this strange accordion in because Stephen's watching. Okay, and we can audition. Brilliant. That's absolutely super. Let's just stop it. And we're on one bar. We've created a new patch. Let's just start with triggering one of it. So. I'm going to run this at 100 BPM, but I'm not really bothered. So we can. $60. Let's go to snare now and choose one for snare. I'm not even going to audition it. I'm just going to put it in and see what happens here. How cool is this? Now, I think we should definitely... Let's put something into the... Let's stop that. We're going to extend this, obviously, because I want a lot of strangeness going on, a lot of weirdness. Now, I'm running this in standalone. You know, Hammerhead is an AUV3, so, you know, you can start to apply effects and stuff to this if you want to in AUM, Cubasis, or Nano Studio, whatever you're using. But I just really want to show you how easy and cool it is to make. It's lovely using the user samples, the import option. It's just so cool because it's not... Let's try this one. It's not like bothered. It's just reading loops. So okay, so we've got some little bits of drums going on there. So I'm gonna put that on P1. Bit of music as well. I'm just gonna set this over 4 bars, but just it won't catch up. It won't catch the end of the sample. Nearly there. Reckon 75. That'll do. So now what we've got is, if we stop this, we go back to P1, put it into sequence mode. Okay, so let's look at this rim shot slot now. Change the sound for this. Let's use a user sample. Let's import, and let's go back now to maybe speech female horror, and it'll find them. Let's see, woman screams. And what's this? Maybe let's see. It'll load it. We can.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated?
Okay.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into
I
their
do.
veins?
So let's start it from there. So it's going to run over 4. Hopefully we'll capture the whole sample, but if not, we can always... We have another, 4 patterns to play with, and maybe you've gone a bit farther, but I reckon it's about 70. It's probably about 73 point something, that drum sample. You can have a lot of fun if you've got machine with these. Anyway.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
Brilliant. So let's just try this again. I'm going to make some adjustments to the actual volume of the vocal.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated? Do you think human beings may become contaminated? Do you think human beings may become contaminated?
Just distort it a little bit.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated? Do you think human...
Okay, let's run the sequence.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
Okay, so on pattern 3, let's go manual. On pattern 3, let's choose another sample and let's go into this. And what was this? Do you think humans may become contaminated? Okay, well, let's try this one. Okay, and let's put this because it may have some. Let's go to sounds and.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you help me a moment?
I'd like to, sir, but it's nearly closing time.
Cool, that'll do it. who knows? So let's try this, and we'll just put this onto number 3, so it'll track along. Sequence, back to pattern 1.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you help me a moment?
I'd like to, sir, but it's nearly closing time.
Okay, so there, I'm going to go back to pattern 1 now. I'm going to go into snare. I'm going to go back into sounds. I'm going to go to use a sample, import, and I'm going to put my original pattern back in.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And into this one, I'm going to stick that onto pattern 1. I'm going to change this sample out, which is on pattern, starts on pattern 3. And try this one.
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Cool. All right. Oh, well, that might work with the first sample here. So let's try this one.
And you're the second person
who's human beings
in only the last couple of hours.
His blood is injected into their veins.
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person.
So on P1, I have this as well, so we don't want that. On pattern 3, I do. Okay.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Now let's do some.
Human beings.
Let's just glitch this back. Let's.
His blood is injected into their veins.
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
His blood is injected into their veins.
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours.
Save that as blood.
His blood is injected into their veins.
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're
But if you're enjoying the video, oh, well, nearly finished now, but thanks for watching. I thought that was fab. And you could go on and on, of course, you know what I mean? So I'm glad. Thanks for joining me. You've seen how easy it is to actually make this stuff. Import your own samples. That's where the fun is with Hammerhead. Making it do all that cool stuff that you can't do with anything else. It's just brilliant. It's just top stuff. We'll finish off by, we'll mutate and chance this up. We'll put chaos up really high. We'll put the chance up here high as well. Glitching it. Mutation up really high. We'll go nuts. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already struck the like, please strike it now, or consider please subscribing if you're not subscribed. It's really cool. Or making a super chat or a donation or something. Super chats and super stickers help support me and Joe. What we do here at the Sound Test Room every day for you guys, we're completely community-based business. We don't have any other source of income, so everything that you guys do is supporting what we do. Anyway, here we go. Look, this is cool. I'm going to save it again just in case, because keep saving, folks. It's important. Go back to P1 and press play. I'll play a few of these things through while you're saying ta-ra to each other. Bless you all. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Ta-ta.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple second person, and you're the second person who's
Do you
asked
think human
in only the
beings
last
may
couple of
become
hours.
contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person who's asked.
Do you
asked
think human
in only the
beings
last
may
couple of
become
hours.
contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of. And you're the second person who's
Do you
asked
think
in only
human
the last
beings
couple of hours.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into
And you're the second person who's asked and you're the second person who's asked. And you're the second person
Do you
who's
think
asked
human
in
beings
only the
may
last
become
couple of hours.
contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked in only the last couple of hours. And you're the second person.
No excitement of any sort. Didn't succeed at first. Excitement of any sort. No excitement of any sort.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
And you're the second person who's asked. And you're the
So far, we've nothing to go on. So far, we've nothing to go on. So far, we've nothing to go on. So far, we've nothing to go on.